Okay, this part of the video is going to help explain to you insulin resistance, the diabetic cocktail, and that's why your medicine could not only be helping you, but could be harming you. When we eat, our pancreas secretes insulin. It's supposed to do that. There are some people who are type 1 diabetics, their pancreas does not secrete insulin. This is not what we're talking about. You eat, the insulin attaches to the glucose, this molecule right here. This molecule needs to get inside of the cell to create something called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Don't worry about that, just think energy. So this molecule gets into the cell, it creates energy, and if you're not diabetic, you just move about your day because it's not a problem. However, every single type 2 diabetic has some form of what we call insulin resistance. Now there's about 100 or so different ways you could be resistant to the insulin. I'm just going to talk about a general one, but it's important for you to know that not every person is going to have the same reason for the insulin resistance. But in general, this molecule cannot get into the cell. Why? Because the receptor sites are resistant to the insulin. Just think about it like you had a key, but you had a key, it was not the right lock. So even though you have a key, you can't get in because it's the wrong receptor. Okay, so this molecule can't get in because of the insulin resistance. And so it's kind of like going into any major big city Monday through Friday at about 9 in the morning. There's a lot of cars, a lot of traffic, so it creates a backup. So this molecule backs back up into the artery. So when you take your blood sugar, if the glucose is more in the artery, then your blood sugar is going to be higher. That's blood sugar. That's 1/3 of the diabetic cocktail. The second part, your artery, think of it like a tunnel, and a tunnel that has liquid. So in the artery, its blood is the liquid. So if there's a bunch more gunk in the tunnel, is it going to take more or less pressure to push the liquid through? More. So more pressure, high blood pressure, second part of the diabetic cocktail. Third part of the diabetic cocktail, when this molecule remains in the artery for too long, it will turn into two things, cholesterol and fat. Forget about the fat for a second, but the cholesterol, if your cholesterol gets too high, what are they going to give you? A statin to decrease your cholesterol. So that's why these three medications, almost every single diabetic has been prescribed and or are taking them. Whether they have the problem or not yet, that's the absolute stupidity of this. Why would you take a medication that you don't have that problem for? Side note, this is not medical advice to you. This is just an educational piece. So that's the diabetic cocktail. Now, if you are on insulin or you are on a medication that makes your pancreas secrete more insulin, like Glipizide, Glipizide, if you're already producing plenty of insulin and it can't get into the cell where it needs to go, so it's backing up, if I gave you more of that medication, did I just make this problem better or worse? That's right. The answer is worse.